Winter Olympics recap. Meyers Taylor finally gets gold for US, and Eileen Gu wins second. Silver. Small margins are deciding gold medals at the Milan Cortina Olympics. Milan, AP. Small margins decided gold medals at the Milan Cortina Olympics as Eileen Gu had to settle for another silver in defense of her big air ski freestyle title, and Elana Meyers Taylor of the US finally won bobsled gold in her fifth Olympics. Also on day 10 of the Winter Games, a Norwegian contender's emotional reaction overshadowed the last men's alpine ski event, and the US and Canada advanced to another gold medal showdown in women's hockey after winning their semifinal games. Silver again for Gu in big air. Gu came to Italy to fight for gold medals in 3 different freestyle ski events. She has 2 silvers and still has her best event, the halfpipe, to go. After a long delay because of heavy snow, it was Canada's Megan Oldham who soared to victory with a combined score of 180.75 to Gu's 179. It was still a remarkable performance from Gu, the San Francisco-born skier for China who hadn't competed in big air in the 4 years since winning gold at the 2022 Olympics. The athlete who beat Gu to the gold in slopestyle last week, Switzerland's Mathilde Grimaud, was ruled out of the big air final when she injured her hip in practice hours before. The wait is over for Meyers Taylor. Vancouver, Sochi, Pyeongchang, Beijing. Meyers Taylor won at least 1 medal at each of her first 4 Olympics, but the gold always eluded her. No longer. The 41-year-old American won that long-awaited medal by just 0.04 of a second in women's monobob when the last competitor, Germany's Laura Nolte, made a small but costly mistake on her final run. Meyers Taylor's 6th career medal extends her record as the most decorated black athlete at the Winter Olympics. She's also the oldest American woman to win gold at the Winter Games. Meyers Taylor's U.S. teammate Kaylee Armbruster-Humphreys was third, 0.08 off Nolte's time. McGrath's moment alone in the forest. The men's slalom race had a finish like no other. Norway's Adelai McGrath was leading the race and skiing last on the second run but straddled a gate and was out. He stopped, threw his ski poles over a fence and then started walking through deep snow to the forest for some time alone. "I thought that I would get some peace and quiet, which I didn't," said McGrath, who said photographers and police tracked him down. The dramatic finish overshadowed Loic Meillard of Switzerland winning gold, and an earlier fall for giant slalom winner and South American history maker Lucas Pinheiro Braathen. It's been an especially tough Olympics for McGrath, whose grandfather died on the day of the opening ceremony. McGrath was racing with an armband as a tribute. US-Canada again for women's hockey gold. The US and Canada will play for the gold medal on Thursday after the US routed Sweden 5-0 and Canada struggled past Switzerland 2-1 in Monday's semifinal games. U.S. goaltender Aaron Frankel preserved a shutout streak which now stands at 331 minutes. The U.S. team is unbeaten and has allowed just 1 goal all tournament as it seeks a first gold medal since 2018. Captain Marie-Philip Poulin broke the all-time Olympic scoring record with 2 goals in an unusually narrow win for Canada. World record gives Japan a figure skating win. Riku Miura and Ryuichi Kihara needed something special after placing 5th in the pair's figure skating short program. They delivered. Miura and Kihara produced a world record score in the free skate to win Japan's first ever pairs gold. Georgia got its first medal in any Winter Olympic sport with Anastasia Medalkina and Luka Berilava in second. Short program leaders Minerva Fabian Hayes and Nikita Volodin of Germany dropped to the bronze medal position. Zandra Velzebor won her 2nd gold medal of the Olympics in the women's 1,000-meter short track speed skating to match her Dutch teammate Jens van T. Wout with 2 gold medals for the Games. Italy's Arianna Fontana was chasing what would have been her 14th career Olympic medal but placed 4th. Austria won the first ever Olympic gold in men's super team ski jumping. The Austrians were leading when the competition was cut short due to heavy snow and wind. Copyright 2026 The Associated Press. All rights reserved. This material may not be published, broadcast, rewritten or redistributed without permission. The ice was louder than the crowd. It cracked under blades, hummed beneath runners, and whispered against fiberglass sleds as the Winter Games delivered another chapter of frost-bitten drama. In a fortnight defined by razor-thin margins and breath hanging like ghosts in the air, two women stood at the center of the story, one who finally seized a long-awaited gold for the United States, and another who added a second silver to a resume already shimmering with brilliance. This was a Winter Olympics about patience and daring, about veterans who refused to let time win, and prodigies who made gravity look negotiable. The long road to gold. Elana Meyers Taylor. For more than a decade, Elana Meyers Taylor has lived her life in hundredths of a second. She has been the hunter and the hunted, the favorite and the underdog. A brakewoman turned pilot who learned to steer not just a sled but expectations. Before this winter, she owned a collection of Olympic medals, silver, bronze, the heavy near-miss medals that gleam but never quite glow. And then, at last, came gold. On the sliding track, there is no room for nostalgia. The start must be explosive. The push must be clean. The load must be seamless. The lines must be precise, threaded through curves that threaten to toss sleds like loose change in a washing machine. Meyers Taylor attacked the course with the composure of someone who has made peace with pressure. Each run was a negotiation with speed, each corner a test of nerve. When her sled crossed the line and the clock confirmed what her body already seemed to know, the release was seismic. Years of near misses dissolved into one incandescent moment. Teammates roared. Coaches exhaled. Somewhere, a generation of young American sliders watched and saw what persistence looks like when it finally pays its debt. For Team USA, the victory meant more than medal count arithmetic. It was validation of a program built on resilience. It was proof that experience, sharpened rather than dulled by disappointment, can still slice through the fiercest field. Gold did not rewrite Meyers Taylor's story. It completed it. Silver and flight. Eileen Gu. If Meyers Taylor's journey was about time, Eileen Gu's was about altitude. The freestyle skiing star arrived at these games already orbiting the sport. Poised, fluent in both sport and spotlight, she has a style that turns competition into choreography. Where others fight the mountain, Gu converses with it. Her second silver of the games came not as consolation, but as confirmation. In the terrain park, risk is currency. Skiers barter with gravity, offering rotations and grabs in exchange for clean landings. Gu's runs were a study in elasticity, knees absorbing impact, arms balancing air, eyes locked forward as if reading the future. She stacked tricks with surgical calm, linking amplitude to precision. Silver is sometimes framed as almost. But there was nothing incomplete about her performance. The margins were razor-thin, the podium, a summit crowded with excellence. Gu's second silver testified to range, the ability to recalibrate after prior rounds, too.